Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wyoming Valley West Spartans football. Aaron Austin joining us right now, quarterback. Well, Aaron, your return for another year, a pretty darn good junior year for you last season, and a nice run for the Spartans, that's for sure. What do you take from last year into here, your senior season?
Well, we had a pretty amazing run last year. It was one of the best teams probably in school history, but we lost a lot of players, almost our whole line, but we have me, we have Sean Judge. He was the player of the year last year returning. So that's something pretty good to build off of. Got some really good experience last year in big games too.
And it helps that Blyche's back there at Wyoming Valley West. Talk about his presence on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing. He's 6'6", 300. He could block three people at one time.
That's a heck of a guy, and, of course, he loves the weight room as well. How about Sean Judge? Talk about his work ethic in the offseason, and what do you think he's going to do here in 2016?
Oh, yeah, he has a great work ethic. He's always lifting, training, and I think he's going to have an even better year this year.
Let's talk about your own work ethic, Aaron. Talk about being put on that stage last year and of course, now saying we want a little more out of you, and there's going to be a little more pressure on your shoulders this year.
Yeah, well, last year coming in, not many people knew who I was, but the coaches all believed in me. We were working all through March, throwing in the gym, getting chemistry with the receivers, and we knew we had something special after the first scrimmage.
Let's talk a little bit about the receiving core you have this year. Tell us about some of the weapons you hope to get the ball to.
Well, we have Sean, of course, who can go from running back to out in the slot or out wide. We have Jake Shimo, who saw a lot of time last year at receiver. And we have a sophomore coming up. His name's Darian Tyson. He's a really good athlete, and he can help us out a lot this year.
And when we talk about other contributors there offensively, you got to replace L.J. Wisniewski. Do you have any other big tight ends this year, or you kind of go with some different sets?
Yeah, we're going with some different sets. We've been working in a couple different tight ends this year, but there's nothing set in stone yet.
Let's go over on the defensive side of the ball. How about some guys that return there, and are you a guy that might see some action on the defensive end?
I'm hoping I get to see some time. We've been working with me in the 7-on-7s playing corner, so hopefully I can get out there and do that. And we have our starting safety, Jake, returning. We have Sean at the other corner. Two of our linebackers coming back, Zach Davies, who led the team in tackles, and he was a sophomore.
Well, nice to have a couple of those guys back. Let's talk about your coaching staff and guys trying to coach you up. Talk about your relationship you have with Coach Keating and some of the other coaches.
Oh, yeah, I have a great relationship with them. They're always working hard. They always say nobody's going to work harder than us preparing for teams every week. We always put in the time.
Aaron, let's talk about you play football, you play basketball. Is that something that you're looking to do at the next level, that you'd like to be an athlete in college?
Yeah, I've talked to a bunch of different schools from all across the divisions in NCAA for football. So that's what I'm hoping I get a chance to do in college.
How about an area of study? Have you kind of narrowed that down at all? You're wide open right now?
Yeah, right now I'm most likely looking at trying to major in biochemistry.
Well, obviously, you're doing a heck of a job in the classroom. Talk about your studies a little bit and carrying a great grade point average.
Oh, yeah, well, especially taking honors, AP classes, it's a lot of work, especially with football and playing basketball too, but you just have to find the time to get everything in and make it work.
Which leads us to our next question, Aaron. Let's talk about your family and being there for you and all the different things that they do to support you.
Oh, yeah, my parents are great. I have a good brother. They're always pushing me to keep studying, working for football. It's all about getting money for college.
And academic money, and hopefully work towards some of that athletic stuff as well. Aaron, you talk about who you are. Tell us a little bit about, you kind of guy that gets after your team. You kind of wear your emotions on your sleeve. Tell us a little bit about who you are when you're out there on the field.
Yeah, well, practice weeks I'll be laid back. I don't like to get on people, but during the game, sometimes it was people getting on me last year because it was my first year starting. But this year, I'm experienced. I'm going to have to show people what to do and get people in the right spots when it comes to Friday nights.
How about the pressure part of things? Obviously, you're probably able to handle some of that stuff, like you said, in the classroom. Do you feel a little more confident when you're on the field because you've had some other pressures going on and trying to manage yourself?
Oh, yeah, I'm very confident in what I could do on the field. I'm just ready to get it started already.
How about some of that competition you're going to face this year, Aaron? Obviously, it's still early. Here we are, the beginning of August. We're getting ready for camp, just about a week away. But talk about where you're at with the outlooks of some of the teams, and the schedule changes for a lot of teams this year. I don't know how many tweaks you get there at Wyoming Valley West in the schedule department.
Yeah, we lost Wyoming area and Pittston, and we picked up Wallenpaupack and Abington Heights. But we also open up the season, I believe, with every 6A school in our schedule. So early on, we got a lot of work ahead of us.
And there's some good 6A teams out there, and not many, of course, in northeastern Pennsylvania. And, of course, whittles down to single A. So 6 classifications for 2016. Aaron, I'm sure you have some big goals this year, but none bigger than what the team wants to do this year. And I'm sure you guys want to try to win one game at a time and run that table if that's possible.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Tradition at Valley West is winning district titles, and it was Quad A, but now it'll be 5A.
Well, it should be an interesting year with the differences, and a 5A team in the Wyoming Valley West Spartans, and Aaron Austin going to be one of those guys that's going to lead the way at the quarterback position. Aaron, best of luck this season.
Thanks for having me on.
Wyoming Valley West Spartans quarterback Aaron Austin on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.